starting the build on the 464 valve. So right now, all we're doing is we're using the tap and die set we just got. So the bigger bolt's gonna be an M10 by 1.5, and then the one I'm doing right now is an M8 by 1.25. We're going through all these bolt holes so that these ARP studs go in there nice and smooth, and we're not stripping any bolts or anything. So we're just going through that. It's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. Tap, just go all the way through. I'll pull it back out, and then we'll see all the metal shavings on it. Hopefully there's not a lot, but we'll see. I'll just pull this out and then check it out. Those are the metal shavings. It's supposed to look like that.
It ain't much.
Yeah, nothing crazy. I have horrible eyesight, so I have my headlamp on, but I thought y'all made fun of me, but I can't see nothing, so. Whoop-pow, whoop-pow, whoop-pow. All right, so, yeah, like I said, this one's not that bad. Yeah, nothing crazy. And then we'll go ahead and then hit the last two up. We'll grease these bolts and then we'll throw them on in. ARP fastener assembly
lube.
And don't buy the sticker because it already comes with it. Good job. So we got our main cap ARP studs, and these are made for the windage tray. So these extended bolts will stick up. You put the windage tray and then you have the oil pickup tube, or the oil filter tube thing. Here's the ARP fastener assembly lube. We're gonna throw on this side, and then we're gonna start putting these bad boys in. Installed on the block. For the most part, this part's good. We'll go ahead and get the crank, drop the crank in, or we'll have to put the bearing, let's put these in, the bearing things. Then we'll lube that part and then we'll drop the crank. So I'm gonna go get the bearings. We'll put the bearings on here and we'll go from there. All right, here we're lubing up the bearings. Getting ready to drop the crank in. Just like so. We're using Lucas Assembly Lube. It's working out pretty good right now. But we're gonna get the crank that's heavy, or excuse me, that B is heavy. Got everything torqued down. We did 25 on the outside bolts, which are the smaller ones, 10 millimeter, and then we did 60 on the inside ones. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Pretty easy too, actually. Now, since we got the crankshaft in, usually you're gonna put your side bolts in, but we're on back order, so we're gonna wait for that. But since we got the tool up yesterday, we're going to use our dial indicator right here to check the crankshaft end flow. Really what you're going to do is stick this into the block or the block's aluminum, so it won't stick to that. You gotta stick it on the main cap. So turn it on. And then we'll adjust this. We'll adjust this a little bit, like so. We'll move it in so it's exactly touching, but set your dial indicator to 0. And then we're gonna stick a flat head. Doesn't sound like the best idea, but we're gonna stick a flat head in between here, and we're gonna wiggle it back and forth. And then that will tell this, the dial indicator. You'll see the needle move. All right, so we got our steel tool
wrist pins.
Okay, that's what it's called. All right, hello everyone. These go. These are my tool steel wrist pins that we are we're testing. We're gonna place them in here, and we're gonna gap them with this handy dandy tool. We're going for 22 or 0.022 on the top ring, and the bottom ring we're gonna do 0.023. So it's gonna be those two. 2.2 and 2.3. So we're gonna do 2 at a time. We'll gap them, and then we're gonna throw them on the pistons, and we'll do 2 at a time, and we'll get the ball rolling. Alright, so we just finished getting piston rings all the way on. A little bit of a pain to shape them and everything, but they're finally on. Now we're just taking this cap off. We're going to put our bearings in, and then we're going to mop these up in the block and see how it looks. Make sure everything rotates freely. But right now we just gotta, these are all stuck. You gotta hit it with a hammer, it'll come out loose like that. Like loose. And then you just hit this with the hammer, it'll come off, and then we'll mock it up in the motor. But yeah, so we'll hit these off now. Morning everyone, we're back at it. We're ready to install these pistons into the block. We just need to set the ring gaps on the correct side. So I went online and got the diagram. So we're gonna do 1 by 1, set the gap in the right spot, and then we'll go ahead and throw it in the block and get it ready.
Get on there. It's so slippery.
Your voice is gonna be in it.
No, it's not.
When you're installing them, make sure you got the correct sides together. That'll mess it up big time.
So that's your flat side, that will be in the middle, and then it'll connect with the other flat side of the rod, and then your chamfered sides go on the clamps.
So that's the chamfered side. Alright, so we just got the pistons in. Went in pretty good. Everything looks real good. So we're gonna go ahead and twist it. We're gonna go ahead and twist it, make sure everything looks good. First we're gonna lube up the cylinders. Boom. Alright, we got the pistons installed. Still gotta torque them down, but they're installed. We got the bolt for this. Now we're just making sure everything runs smooth. We just got our bolts in, got a torque wrench out. I'm gonna torque them down. It's gonna be 25 pounds. So 25 pounds and then a 55 degree turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and start torquing these down real quick. All right, we just got those torqued down and with the 55 degree. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is probably fill the oil pan on, and then we just gotta wait for the other piston pin so we can put in the last piston. Then otherwise, once we get that piston in, we'll throw the main studs in. The head studs. Throw the head studs in, and then we're just waiting on the heads from that point that are at Modular Head Shop. We're throwing these down with no gasket because we don't want to use the gasket yet until it's finally going on. Like I said, we're just putting this on for so it's not leaking oil and assembly lube all on the floor.